Decisions, decisions. What am I going to build next? Ah, that's a good idea. A hedge trimmer. I've wanted to get into helicopters ever since I was knee-high to a very small helicopter. I remember one landed at school when he had the RAF CCF thing. They came in, they brought a Sea King helicopter to our school, and we thought it was fantastic. And that's when it all started. Problem is, they're very expensive. You need a huge wallet to be able to afford one. But you can get into them for less money than you think. The best way to start is with models. No, not that kind of model. This kind of model. So how much like real helicopters are these then?
Well, they're pretty close to a real helicopter. In fact, you can do all the stunts that you can do with a real helicopter and more. You can even fly these upside down, which takes some doing, but it's all quite possible.
That is so cool.
It's good, isn't it? It's good.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think once you've flown one of these, it's the ultimate form of flight. It's got to be done. I can only think of one thing better than flying a model. That's flying a real one.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. The engineering that goes into these things is almost identical to real big helicopters. But the problem is they're just too small. Well, there are some quite big ones, though. I mean, this one is quite big, but it's still not big enough, you see, because I can't get in it. So what else is there? Well, there's gyrocopters. Now, gyrocopters are weird-looking beasts. The cheapest way to get into gyrocopters is to build one yourself from your own plans, and that's exactly what Mike Shalman did in America. The man is obviously completely mad. Mike, you're the biggest nutter of them all, aren't you?
You get it.
Just take me round, very basically, how a gyrocopter actually works, because it's quite confusing, the fact that it's got the rotor on the top, but it's also got a propeller down here.
Bottom line is, the mast is raked back and blades are raked back at about 17 degrees. As the gyrocopter moves forward through the air, the rotating blades generate lift. And when the speed is enough, generates enough lift, it's going to fly off.
What's the propeller at the back for? Is that just to give you forward motion to get the thing going?
You have to have thrust to go forward, and this keeps you going. There's no, it's not tied in any way to the rotor system. The whole idea of a gyrocopter is forward motion, makes it fly.
But listen, you don't have to design and build your own, because you can buy one of these in a kit over here. So Scott, this looks a lot safer. What is this then?
Okay, so this is an Air Command gyroplane. It came as a kit, and I built it. This kit came with all the bolts and all the parts machined, so I just bolted it together.
Why did you get into this in the first place then?
Well, I'd read about gyroplanes years ago, and I was intrigued with the fact that some of their safety features, even though they don't fly very fast, they don't stall and they don't spin. And then I checked the prices for the kits, and I thought, I can afford that. I can't afford a certified plane, but I can afford a kit.
So what sort of money did you spend on this kit?
About $12,000 US.
There are three things that I noticed that are significantly different, though, to Mike's. One, you haven't got anything to stop the flies getting in your eyes.
That's right.
You're not sitting on the fuel tank, and you have a much smaller tailplane area.
That's true. Yes, there's no windscreen in front, and so it does get kind of irritating when I fly about 50 or 60 miles an hour, so I fly a little slower. But my helmet has goggles, so that keeps the wind out of my eyes.
Oh, see, I thought you wore glasses not because you had any sight problem, but just to keep the flies out.
No, actually, no, I do. Well, it's multi-purpose. That's the good thing about it.
These gyrocopters are absolutely amazing, but they're not really what I'm looking for, because I want to be able to take somebody else with me, and to be honest, I just haven't got enough faith in these machines. I want a proper helicopter. My friend, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
For coming and seeing me. Great to meet you.
Good, thank you.
But listen, if I want to know more about rotorcraft and what's available, what do I do?
You can go to EAA Oshkosh, the largest gathering of aircraft and gyrocopters in the world.
Excellent. Pete, mate!
Yeah.
You've got to go to Oshkosh.
I've only just got here.
No, I don't care. You've got to go. Go now.
Oh, no.
I need research done. Disappear. Ring me.
Okay.
Ring me, all right?
Right.
He's going to be gone a couple of days. Is there anywhere around here, no local beauty spot I can have a look at?
Well, right over there, we've got a nice little spot. It's really quiet and secluded, and it's got a little stream through it. I think you'll really enjoy it.
Excellent. Listen, mate, safe flight. Take care.
You're welcome.
I'll see you.
Okay.
You see, he's just as sad as the rest of us. Well, it's taken me a while, but I found Mad Mike's beauty spot. It's a nice little stream, but it's done a hell of a lot of damage. Welcome to the Grand Canyon. Why in America is everything so damn big? Enough sightseeing, back to choppers. Welcome to Oshkosh.
So I'm here, but where do I start? Excuse me, can you tell me, do you know anywhere where they sell those kits, helicopters? You know, you build your own kit?
Way far south end. It's the ultralight.
Okay, thanks.
Oshkosh has been going on for many years, and it moved here to Wisconsin many years ago, and it's been a mecca for pilots and home builders and warbirds and just about any class of aviator. There are probably almost 900,000 people will be here this weekend. In 1 week, this becomes the busiest airport in the world.
So Pete's challenge is to find just a few helicopters amongst literally hundreds of aeroplanes. Nice aeroplanes, but I don't want an aeroplane. I want a chopper. So get on with it, Pete.
Excuse me, you're lost. Yeah. Hi, can you talk a second? Sure. I'm a bit lost. I'm looking for a kit helicopter.
Back up in that direction. Yeah, that way.
Not that way.
We just came from the...
No, they're going the wrong way.
Aha! A two-seater gyro.
That feels really flimsy to me. Are they not? They're not flimsy then.
No, they're good.
You got a good safety record?
Steady. Oh yeah, got a good safety record. Got good shocks on it.
You build them in kits.
Right, they're coming kits. We sell kits.
So how much is it going to cost me for a kit, do you reckon?
A kit on this aircraft here will run you, I'll say, somewhere between 14 and 16,000.
I've got one slight problem. It's okay in this sort of weather, isn't it, with it being an open.
Oh yeah.
But what happens when it's really wet or cold? I mean,
You just pull your helmet down and push your head because it does it. You get up there, but it's not bad. In the rain, it stings you. You know, if you got enough protection, it doesn't bother you.
So it's top speed of what?
Somewhere between 80 and 90.
Wow.
I mean, a poor man can afford something like this 9 times out of 10 once he gets into it. But if you get into a helicopter, regardless, you got a lot of extra maintenance and the whole 9 yards. Mm-hmm. Where this is completely different.
The thing is, my friend, I want at least 9 yards. That's the whole point. So find me a chopper, Pete.
Johnny, fella, here, inside. Thinking this guy will know how to build a helicopter. Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, how do I get this? Is this the right way to get in? Listen, if I was going to build a helicopter, how would I start?
Well, you start by figuring out which one of the helicopters you want to build. There's probably 4 or 5 different brands that are available in North America. It takes some research to figure out which ones you want to concentrate on. Once you've concentrated on them, then you get in touch with the company itself and you start to get details. You start to ask the questions that are pertinent to you. How is it built? How long does it take to be built?
How safe is it?
How safe is it? What is your safety record? How many accidents have happened, and how many have been the machine's responsibility rather than the pilot's responsibility? What kind of maintenance do you do on it? How far can you fly on the fuel that you carry? Do you have to remove blades when you're transporting your vehicle? There's a lot of questions. This is a Bell 47 bubble on it. This is a two-seater model. It has excellent optics, great for not only flying in but using as a camera platform. We have the bubbles blue tinted so they take just a little bit of the glare off. We have doors that go on in the wintertime. There's a heating system that will keep everything. Yeah.
In the UK, you've got to keep warm.
There is so much heat that comes out of here, you can almost fly in T-shirts in January, and it's cold in January.
Yeah. Tell me why I should buy this helicopter kit.
Well, with Rotorway, you get a long history of company reliability, good support, and the ship has evolved over a long period of time to the point where we have what we feel is the best kit helicopter on the market. When you get the kit, you see here that the frame is all welded, tail boom is rolled and riveted, all of the fiberglass parts come right out of the molds. All of our individual parts are on cards that are identified. Our construction series, the construction manual, tells you step by step which card to go to, what part to pull, where to put it, how tight you're going to tighten it. Couldn't be simpler. The kit sells for $64,000, and that gets you everything but your radio and transponder and the paint.
But it's ready to fly.
It is ready to fly. At that point, if you're in uncontrolled airspace, you have everything you need to build the ship, pick it up, and start flying. Average mechanical skills, you'll spend anywhere from 350 to 450 hours building it.
Going to be cheap to run.
Yes. We have the engine set up where you are going to use auto fuel, 92 octane auto fuel. The ship holds 17 gallons of fuel and burns about 8 gallons an hour. The cost of maintenance when you run from 0 through, let's say, the first 1,000 hours, you're looking at somewhere between $25 and $30 an hour.
Hello?
Hey, Mark, you there?
Pete, mate, how you doing?
Fantastic, huge place, Oshkosh. Listen, I've been everywhere, seen everything. I've got the one for you. It's called a Rotorway, and it's an executive. It's sleek, it's stylish, just up your street.
So where are they based? I'll need to go and have a look.
Phoenix, Arizona. Is that Arizona? Phoenix, yeah, fantastic, yeah.
Arizona?
Yep.
How very convenient, mate, because I am doing a bit of research myself. I'm working hard, by the way. All right, you stay there. I'll give you a ring back. So if I don't like it, you're going to have to find another one.
Okay.
All right, ta-ra.
Bye.
Be cool. Phoenix, Arizona. Now, I wonder which way that is.
I think it's, Mark, look.
What?
The river's down there.
All right, yeah.
We get a boat down the rapids.
Yeah.
And we head round the corner and bang, you're there, Phoenix.
Maybe we could get them pick us up in a helicopter. All right, come on. Welcome back to A Chopper is Born. Yes, I'm going to be building my own kit helicopter, and there are a lot to choose from. I'm particularly keen on one called a Rotorway Exec, so I'm going off to Arizona to have a look around the factory and take a test flight. Now, it's left-hand drive over there, isn't it? So I'll swap cars mid-Atlantic.
Okay, well, we're going to take a little quick walk through the factory.
It's massive. I was expecting this little almost kind of shed.
No, we've got actually several different big rooms like this. Here they're assembling the rotor system and then the engines for you. As you can see, all the critical parts of the helicopter you're getting.
And everything else is machined by you, is it here?
Yes, we do. That's all done here back in the machine shop. Over here is actually where we start to assemble the boxes and all your smaller parts. This is in the process of being shipped. It's an airframe, obviously. Over here are where we're putting all the smaller parts. We sort of pioneered this process where we're taking all of the small parts and we're organizing it for you. So when you're putting this together, you're going to first start and take and line up all these cards against the wall, and don't touch anything till your construction material tells you what to do with each of these parts.
It's almost idiot-proof, which is a very good job when
we
I'm building anything.
try not to say that, but that's what we're aiming for, yeah.
Right. Oh, welding.
Now we get into another fun area, and that's the welding shop. Over here are all the raw pieces of steel that we're starting with.
Right.
They're 4130 chromoly steel, and these various parts of steel are what are going to comprise your airframe. And that's what they're in the process of welding an airframe here. This is called a jig, and they actually build and construct from all these steel tubes the actual frame on here, and it can take up to 20 hours to do one frame.
You look after them, he's got a better seat than I've got in my office.
Yeah, well, they need to be comfortable. Like I said, it does take several hours. Then, over here, we get to the machine shop. This is just a little illustration of some of the fine machinery that we're doing on a lot of the smaller parts. This is your main shaft here. All of these metal parts are coming to us as raw material.
That is a work of art.
Yeah, it looks quite different than the original form in which all of this material comes.
That is beautiful.
This is what's called a CNC machine.
Right.
What this does is manufacture all of the parts with a consistency. It's all in the computer. Every part has all the specifications. It's got all the tools set up.
This is seriously high-tech stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. You tell the computer what part it is that you're making, and then it knows which tools to get, what specifications and parameters, and what to do to each of the parts that come in there.
Wow. It makes your little DIY home multi-purpose kit look a bit pathetic.
Yeah, and that computer is making this machine choose and change the tool now to the next part of the process in the production of the part. Once you get it all set up and ready to go on a particular part, you just stand back and let it do its thing. Now we're going to go upstairs to what we call the quick kit area. Many years ago, the builder used to have to do the functions that we have represented up here. But along the way, we realized that the more critical items were probably best done here at the factory. So here at the factory and up in this department, we're actually doing the blades and the tail boom. He's about to put the first set of rivets here in the blades.
We shouldn't concentrate on that too much because he makes my riveting look a bit pathetic, frankly. So this is more a finished unit here, then, is it?
Yeah, these are getting towards the finished stage and almost ready to ship. And each set of blades is perfectly matched and balanced. So if for any reason you would damage one blade, you could not just purchase one blade. You have to purchase a set of blades because they're perfectly matched to one another.
It's a very impressive setup you've got here, but obviously I'm slightly concerned about the fact that I live in England, you're in Arizona, we are, thousands of miles apart.
Of course.
What happens when something goes wrong or a piece of the kit doesn't turn up or I break it or whatever?
We provide technical support by phone. We get calls from all over the world, and then we have a comprehensive construction and maintenance video series.
Excellent. Next step.
Yes, let's go fly.
Let's go fly now. You're talking my language.
Okay.
flying? Because obviously it's a very lightweight helicopter.
It's probably in the same category as the R-22 or the small Schweitzer. Any of the small, lightweight helicopters are more like a little sports car versus your bigger helicopters like your Jet Rangers, you're kind of like the Cadillacs.
And to think you can build one of these in your own garage. Tell you what, if you've never been in a helicopter in your life, this is just a brilliant experience. The test flight was a good experience. Money has now changed hands, and all these boxes are mine. There we go, all labelled up. But, only problem is, I'm out of ready available cash, which means Pete Mate is stuck in Oshkosh because I've spent his return airfare. But hey, it's not a huge problem, is it? This little lot is going home to Mummy. You're dying to see how it all goes together, aren't you? Well, here's a sneak preview. Yes, I am building my own helicopter. And all the kit's over here. Oh, yes! I've got to put the tail boom on. You see? You tell me, does that look like a helicopter or what? It's very large and it's very expensive. There she goes. Yes, this is the engine that's going to power my chopper. You've got to put it on your head, haven't you, eh? Finished the chain oil bath. Wiring looms! This is the instrument pod. I'm starting with the airspeed indicator. Ta-da! I need to put on the lights. Take me to your leader. What's all that about then? So there you go. That's all coming up over the next 14 programmes. Do not miss a single one of them. That's it for now. Join me next time when I'll start building this beast. Pete, concentrate. Forget the t-shirts.